Hey, good morning, Alan. How are you? Yeah, today's already interesting. Although we're right at where we opened or closed yesterday. To me. Morning. How are you? I'm actually a little confused looking at my 1 hour chart, my 5-minute chart. I'm a little was there that big of a gap? Part is very confusing. I'm just finishing up this game that I started real quick on Balloons TD6. Almost to the end here. Like the only game I play, and it's only because my son plays. I try to keep up with it. I used to be a gamer, big time, but I don't have time for that stuff anymore. Some kind of Christmas event going on too, it looks like. I did it. Still waiting for. Well, they were. It was for our gift. Yeah, but the thing supports kind of the whole, more of like a wheelchair. But I was telling her, I was like when he was normal, like pugs, that's kind of what they were that way their whole. I mean, granted, when he was more active, not. Was it muted? I think it should have been. I muted that yesterday or today. Albert, good morning. Prago, good morning. Yeah, the move, apparently it was pretty much as expected with the CPI numbers. So it looks like we didn't move any too much higher. Very good. Heck. And I must have slept a little wrong. Quite the crap open. We build a cushion, one funded, or say 10K. Get more contracts to trade with it. Nah, the contracts that you're able to trade is fixed based on the account that you bought at the time of purchase. So you go to Apex's site. You go to their site and you scroll down. You'll see, trying to fit this in there. You'll see here, so for the 25K, you're allowed 4 NQ contracts or 40 micros, and then 50K, 10 or 100 micros, 75K, 12 or 120, then 100K, 14, 140, 150 is 17, 170, etc. So whatever when you buy it, the account, that's the max that you're allowed. So that's something that you would have to essentially figure out beforehand. What was I gonna do real quick? Oh, the stream. I hate when that heart gets in the way. It's so annoying. Quite the reject there. Basically off that little support level that we formed the pre-market. It's constantly looking for those areas of support, areas of resistance. This feels like could be a bit of a down day after yesterday. I mean, I'm still astounded. Yesterday. Take a look at this on the 5-minute. Pretty clean break here. Scroll out. Again, I'm still a little confused about this gap. I mean, I guess we did gap up, but if you look at this, pretty clean break to the downside. And if this is a gap, maybe it's going to try to fill it. I don't know. We shall see. Definitely feels like ever since the CPI numbers here that sellers have been in control. I had a feeling that might happen, but we're risking the top of that previous candle, even though it's going to suck. Just kind of hoping we get an extra little push through there, but so far, nope. All right, decent little loss there to start. No follow through. Fake this out. Good cut there. That was my bearish mindset there, looking to get that extra little push. Of course, we couldn't get it. Contract roll is confusing. I'm gonna have to look into it and how it works. And it's just, yeah, I don't really understand it completely either. I was just told that the new quarter is getting more volume now, so that's usually when everyone starts to switch. To be completely honest, when this happened last time, I thought about making a video on it, and I just never got around to it. I don't think it's as like complicated or really that big of a deal, but I do think that it is worth a video at some point, so I don't disagree with that. Just realized we're at the middle line again, so try to stay away from that. If anything, I still want to see it come down and retest and maybe push away again. That's so frustrating, man, how they do that. They fake it out. They do it all the time. We were just talking about that yesterday. Just felt like sellers were in control. We might actually get a decent little push down, especially here at the bell. Fortunately, we just didn't get it. I'm going to keep that order there just in case. Got a feeling if we come down to the lows, it's going to be quick. I almost took it off right away when we didn't get filled right away because of that exact reason. Buyers are trying to step in here. We got two trade ideas here. Basically, which way is it gonna break? Wow. Just gonna be a day of fake outs. Brutal. Right off of it, guys. Literally to the tick. I knew that was gonna happen. Our take profit was just a smidge too. Fuck. Maybe. It's literally bouncing. There we go. Say it was literally bouncing off of us. Yeah. Does volume help in making the trading decision? And would you say it is important because you can tell from volatility if there's good activity? Yeah, I mean, and yeah, CPR days are a little tricky. At least from what I've seen. I'm not gonna lie, every part of me, if we broke to the downside, wanted to have two contracts there so that we could, because if we break this area, the odds are we're gonna continue. So I wanted to have some sort of a runner. So it's kind of hard for me to figure out how to take advantage of that. But it looks like it wouldn't have worked out anyway. Would have been taking it off break even. Worst case there. Oh, it hasn't got back up yet. Oh, about to. So it probably would have taken it off here. I don't know. Today I would definitely be weary of trying to go long. I mean, I've been saying it for a month. We're so extended, but I mean, the market just keeps finding a way to be green day in and day out. I don't quite understand it, but I'm just trying to react to what's happening. This kind of feels like it could be a sweep as well, right? Built that little bit of a support, broke through, right back up through, and then see if it wants to move higher. If it rejects this area, the odds are we're going to kind of start fading a little bit, would be my guess. Yeah, I mean, looking at the daily and the hourly, it all looks pretty bearish at the moment. And I mean, I'm very curious if there's is there a gap on Q3? or Z3, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, see, there's no gap on this one. What's the overall volume on this site today? 64. So it's 100. Yeah, all the volume has definitely moved over, it seems like. Good amount of volume there on that bottom wick as well. So definitely could be a sweep. Near the middle line though, gonna leave it alone. Not gonna chase the loss. I mean, all we were looking for, like this breakdown here, that's all we were looking for here. Unfortunately, we just didn't get it. Five minutes trying to turn around. Just too much price action all in this small area. It's kind of hard to, you're essentially guessing right now. I mean, you know what's really funny? Now that I came back to H4, those gaps aren't there. So confusing. I don't know why it was doing that. I even reloaded Quant and everything last night when it was doing that. I mean, it doesn't, you know, we're trying to get back into that range from yesterday regardless. So if we can stay inside that range, I think it's going to have a really hard time getting back above it with just how extended we are. Although it is trying to work its way back up. Yeah, very well could be a range day. And it was what was kind of in the back of my mind, but the market doesn't like to think people know what's going to happen. And they like, it seems that, I mean, honestly, lately, all you've had to do is just hit the buy button and you'd look like a genius. I mean, if you look at the daily, look at how many people got faked out. And it's insane. Look at this move. Huge move up. And then it finally looks like we're about to go down. And then nope. And then nope. We're going higher. Like, insane. Insane move. Like that little down wick right there is the entirety of the only pullback we've had this entire move up. Absolutely insane. Honestly, I wouldn't hate a long right here if we get like a little bit of a pullback and start to find a support. It's not really the setup I was looking for. It's just going straight up again. We're going to go test red to green, it looks like. I remember the last time I assumed we were just going to stop and at least have some sort of a pullback here, and it just shot through. I'm pretty sure that was how I blew the last PA account that I had. But do something for science here. I'm gonna go off what I was telling you guys earlier about how they poke it through. Now, if it pulls back too far here, I can't do it. Yeah. Because all that selling right there is what I was looking for. But if we're going to just chop today, there's going to be a lot of that where it just barely breaks the candle and then comes back. But that move right there is what I was looking for. I was just expecting it to try higher a little bit before doing that. It's a complete guessing game right now. Associated is better to trade with small risk or not trade at all, but almost the full week has news. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually really interested in tomorrow for my options plays with the crude oil. Zishan, good morning. Yeah, did you find your wallet? Still haven't found my wallet. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't found it now, it's either locked somewhere inside like your house or something like that, and you'll like randomly find it one day, or it's gone. Somebody else found it. Alan's like, tell me the exact address and location of this said wallet. I'll come help you find it. What were the exact contents? What is up with my hair today? Little easiness going. Yeah, putting a tracker on your wallet. It's actually, I've seen some wallets you actually can buy with the tracker already in it now. Kind of cool. Interesting idea. I got one of those cool wallets. I love my old school wallet, but I got one of these, one of those cool ones where they flip up. It's pretty cool. All right, ready? Watch this. I'm gonna do it for science. Do it for science, boys. I'm gonna blow an eval for science. Oh, it's not, now today we're just gonna stop a smidge short each time. Well, the idea of having the tracker on is that they wouldn't know that the tracker's there. Yeah, you could wear one of those ones that come across your chest. You could just wear one of those. Oh, I didn't put the order out. I don't like it now. That wasn't the reject I would have been looking for. Yeah, see, this is what happens. You think it's gonna happen, and then rips in your face, and then it goes red to green, and then we're back at the highs all of a sudden. Pretty obvious line over here. Could get a trade setting up for us, though. Could look for it to come through and then look for a short on the way back down. Where did this line come from? Was I just showing a sweep? Or is that from... Well, that looks like it was from yesterday. Funny, it came into play, though. Bit of a support line, possibly something here. Really like this one too much, though. It's kind of more of an area than anything. It's really struggling here at red to green. If this thing shoots back down. Running into a lot of sellers here. Buyers don't seem to care. We are green on the day again. Right when you thought we were going to be red forever. Just don't understand this market at all, man. Just hit the buy button. Find a pullback, hit the buy button. Absolutely crazy. Also hit that like button. People think you're a drug dealer? Why? Why would people think you're a drug dealer for carrying around one of those? Hit the like button for science. I like it. Yeah, there's a lot of big traders that have been posting some pretty big losses. I was just looking at Sang Lucci guy. He posted that he took a 7-figure loss. I mean, the market's being manipulated. I mean, what else do you want me to say at this point? It's nothing new. It's just right now they're doing it more than they usually do. Yeah, he posted about it, saying he lost 7 figures. He said, and here, I'm actually still have it up. It says, I blew out 7-figure account, folks. It is what it is. Putting it out there so I can get rid of the energy and move on. Short bias traders on large caps are all in the same boat. I mean, you can't be wrong. I mean, people that are short these big caps, I mean, what are you doing right now? Because you sure ain't winning. I was very short biased here. Now I'm very long biased. And this market just doesn't quit. Look, for science would have worked here. Just those twice. Made a little bit, went a little higher and then came back down. It's really trying to respect this little area from earlier, from pre-market. It's like, nah, I don't care. I'm gonna look around, see if there's a setup somewhere else real quick. YM, actually not. They're still red on the day. This is gold, right? GC looks kind of like YM. I don't even know what some of these are. The ES, a lot cleaner looking. Still not great to look at. They're still red. A lot of these are still kind of bouncing off the bottom. Well, I don't think he sized up or anything. I think it was just the position. You got to realize a lot of these big like hedge funds and like retail traders, a lot of their model is based off of letting losers go, like being able to stomach that unrealized red, knowing that the probability of the trade working is very high. But when it doesn't work, it's going to eventually get pretty big. And it's gonna get past the point of where you can stomach it, and you just have to take the loss. New strategy: it's a green day go long, if it's a red day go short. But that's what I'm saying. It's like even on the red days, they were just sideways. They weren't even like actual red days. That's what I was saying earlier. If you take a look at the daily, we had one legit red day, and it was just a giant fake out. Look at this right here. Look at these red days: sideways, 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 a little down but reclaimed. And this was like our only actual red day, which still had a bottom wick. Like at the end of the day, that was the day it clawed all the way back. So we haven't had like any actual red days throughout this whole push. If anything, this was the best red day we had because it actually finished towards the bottom of the candle. But then the very next day, and look, it's just insane. It's absolutely insane. I mean, I'm lost for words on how to explain what we're going through other than the one M word that comes to mind. And it's, to me, the absolute truth. Manipulated. There's no other way to put it. It's completely manipulated. And I was telling Alpine earlier, I think it has everything to do with the elections. and they're just going to try to push this shit as high as they can. See, look, now it's doing that thing again on my 5-minute where it's showing me that gap for some reason. See? I don't know how I got rid of it last time. Oh, you know what I did? I did this. When I clicked on the actual thing, it went away. Yeah, see? I don't know. I don't understand why it's doing that, but... just know there's not an actual gap there. Ahead of election? No way, sir. Manipulation? Come on. Not a chance. It's funny, too, because I think Biden knows that one of Trump's major selling points is how well he can make the market perform. And call me conspiracy theorist, but if he completely does what he's doing and just drives the market up before Trump even has the ability to say anything of that nature, Trump loses a huge part of his argument for being president. Like, what do you mean you can make the market's doing great? What are you talking about? Everyone's in debt? No one can afford to live? What? So what? The market's doing great. Don't ask how we got there. Just look at the market. It's at all-time highs. What more do you want? When in reality, all it's doing is separating the rich from the poor even more than before. A poet. I didn't even know it. And I have no trade. I mean, again, we're just kind of hugging. I tried to get involved when we were extending away, but no, we're just kind of chopping around. It's just like yesterday, really. All because Bidenomics. It works, folks. See? Well, looks like everything's kind of turning green now. See if we can find a trade anywhere. I don't really see anything that's extended. CL, that's crude oil, right? It's probably not good for my... Let's see. Haven't looked at how we're doing today. Yeah. Everything's down today so far. There's no way that that printed that low. Let's see. Yeah, there's no volume. A lot of volume on this. Look at that. Oh wow, actually had a pretty big dump so far this morning. It's alright. I was looking very long term on that play anyway, so it don't matter. BD and Baba doing today. Also having a down day so far. Still kind of in the range from yesterday. Been trying to stay away from the Chinese companies. I think until after the election, I don't really want to even mess with China. Kind of scary. You want to see some highly volatile stock or options? Go look at Riley, RILY. That thing, crazy. You want to Take some chances. Make some premium. Check that one out. It's all over the place. Just can't do anything with this. It's like even if you wanted to get in for the break of that candle right there, looking for the move back down to green to red, it's just chopping. And you're assuming this is actually going to do it instead of just being a little bit of a fake out and moving higher. It's just, I can't trade this market. It's impossible. You're literally guessing. If you're trying to trade this, you're guessing. And guess what? You're going to be right sometimes, but you're also going to be wrong sometimes. And most of the time, you're going to take profits for a lot less than you take your losses. And that's just how it typically works with day traders, myself included. That's what I'm trying to get away from. Not mad at the trades I took today. It just didn't work out. Sucks that the stop loss was so far away. But in the moment, it was a great stop, right? Look at it, continued higher. Could have easily have made this move, right? And went higher. So great stop. Eventually would have came back and won, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the immediate scalp. If that's not there, we're out. Definitely can't get 20 ticks anymore. This shit's moving way too slow. Might not even be able to get 15, to be honest. What does that even look like right now? It's still pretty close. And just look left. I mean, there's too much. There's too much in this area. It's just chop. And this very well could just be a sideways day. Or if we zoom out, this could look like a giant sweep and then end up moving higher. Could very well be the case. Which is essentially what they've been doing for the last month. Come down. I feel like this is such an obvious bounce spot. And that's the thing. A lot of people end up trying to buy this, right? And most of the time they're going to be right. But it only takes that one time where it just flushes through and you're effed. Seven. Riley. Oh, that's way down here. Your since trade me back green? Eh? I mean, what is this? I mean, did the volume just straight up die that much already? Like, I think people are just that confused. They're like, you know what? This is just insane. I'm just not even gonna touch it anymore. Like, I mean, it's 10:15, and you're telling me the volume's already taking a shit? Autocorrect. I'm dying and watching stream. Drying and watching stream. Well, I still don't know what you meant, so. Qu'est-ce que c'est? What's the SPY doing? SPY's almost back to the highs. Yeah, me, man. Absolutely insane. AMD is making a move today, it looks like. Oh yeah, AMD making a big move up. Made a big move up last week, it looks like. Apparently, an insider sold shares, so that's why that's going up. Drawing and watching stream, science trade. Science trade? Your science trade me back green. Well, at least we have entertainment this morning in the form of Zishan. Yeah, don't text while drying, guys. Oh my god, that's great. Just ignore me. Yeah. Can never ignore you. This is kind of funny though. Ooh. It's like everything's having a down day except for AMD. Oh, Nvidia. I wonder if is Nvidia the one that's doing this, like holding them up. They're not really. I mean, they're not even having like that. I mean, Nvidia makes some swings, but I mean they're within their range. They're not like pulling away. AMD, on the other hand, is kind of pulling away. And what is doing that? I mean, Meta looks like they're having a decent day. Yeah, but they're still like inside the range. Like Amazon's kind of chopping. I don't know. Sloppy inverse head and shoulders. I mean, yeah, sorta. And can't trade it unless you do believe that's a sloppy inverse head and shoulders, then it should be a long, right? What happens when you reach funded target? Do we have to contact them? Yep. Yeah, Froggo's right. Thank you, Froggo. You will receive an email from them. Have you traded 7 days on the account? That's the other thing. You won't get anything unless you've also traded at least the minimum 7 days. I haven't been eating that great lately. So I'm gonna get Chipotle today, and then I think we're making chicken fingers for dinner. Or well, I'm making chicken fingers for dinner. And then I'm gonna like really get back on track. I haven't like gained that. I haven't looked at the scale in a few days. And we went on that vacation. I ate pretty bad, so I probably did gain a few pounds. Then 8 days. You can check. All you do, you just go into log into Apex, and up top you hit account summary. I think it is. Yeah, it says account summary, and it'll pop up your accounts and it'll tell you the days. It's like right in the middle. It's only an email or a call as well. Just an email. They don't call. Everything is pretty much automated for them. I would assume the only part of the process that's not automated for them is probably the payouts. I'm sure they kind of keep tabs on that. But as far as the evals and all that stuff, I'm assuming that it's all automated. Yeah, swimming, I don't know. I've never been, like, I like swimming. I've just never been like a huge using swimming as working out. I'm more of a just go lift. I have everything in the house that I need. I'd eventually like to get like a full-on gym in the house. I feel like that'd be pretty nice. But for now, I think I have a bench and I have adjustable dumbbells that go all the way up to 55 pounds. So I could pretty much do everything that I want to do with that setup. I feel like a lot of people overthink lifting. Like, it's nice to have machines that do specific things and work out specific muscles and whatnot, but you don't need them. What you need is some good dumbbells and a bench. That's really all you need. Adjustable bench would be even better, which mine is. Then you could get into decline, incline, all that stuff. You can sit it straight up for seated shoulder press, which I like a little bit better than standing. A little bit more structured and really target the shoulders. But dumbbells, to me, are a lot better than barbells because you can really target, or not target, but you can really get those compound muscles where you're very focused. Like if you do chest press, barbell, using that barbell, very like just there. But if you're using dumbbells and you're doing the same thing, like your arms are moving, so you're getting like all the muscles that also have to hold those dumbbells in place, right? So you're not only getting like your chest, but you're also getting like your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps, like everything to hold those things in place. My diet right now is seafood. Yeah, seafood. And then I eat the food. My bench personal record is from high school because that's when I was fat and I lifted for strength. When I lost all my weight and was lifting every single day, the last time around, I was cutting the entire time. So I at the end, so I lifted and gained a little bit of muscle when I first started. I started at 250. My bench got up to around, I think it was like 190. But I went all the way down to 155 and I could still bench 180. So I was benching more than my weight. So the fact that I actually kept that much muscle as I cut that much weight, I was actually kind of happy with that. Right now, I don't know. I haven't done like a max in who knows how long. I mean, I know I could go in and rep 135 if I really wanted to, which is what everybody does. Or yeah, it's 135. But my diet is, so when I really get into it and I start lifting and stuff, I start tracking macros. But right now I just track calories. And right now, like I said, we just went on vacation. I didn't eat too well. But I deserved a little vacation from eating as well. I was pretty strict for a good 11 months or so. And I was down 70 pounds. So gaining 5 back before getting serious again isn't that big of a deal, especially because once you get into that mental state, you'll be fine. Thanksgiving I was fine. Christmas is a little bit tougher because we always bring out the good foods on Christmas. Yeah, so MyFitnessPal is how I track everything, and then I use JEFit for my workouts. Hey, we're gonna go down. Nope, just kidding. Just kidding. Do I make my own food? Yeah, pretty much everything is what I make. Like the chicken fingers I'm gonna make tonight. Banging. The dredge that I use, I just love it so much. And a lot of people hate on the Italian breadcrumbs. I don't know if it's just because of a nostalgia thing. That's what I ate growing up. My mom would always make them with the Italian breadcrumbs. There's just, to me, there's nothing better. You get like a nice flour coating underneath to give it that little bit of extra flavor or that little bit of extra kick if you like the spice. And hit it with the egg wash. Sometimes I'll go back into the flour, then back into the egg wash. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. And then right into the Italian breadcrumbs. And that's it. I mean, people can knock it all they want, but man, it's so good. Yeah, I have a Fitbit. I was wearing it. Now I have a smartwatch, which is essentially the same thing. It's one of the cheaper ones, but it works. I don't really, the watch, I don't, the only, to be completely honest, the reason I bought this watch was just because I could see my text messages, so I wouldn't always have to take the phone out of my pocket. That was literally the main reason I bought it. Plus, MyFitnessPal kind of pissed me off too when they, was it Under Armour bought them or whatever, and then they started trying to make you pay. It was like $40 a month or some shit. Get the fuck out of here! I ain't paying that. I actually, at one point, they kept like shoving it down your throat every time you logged in. I almost stopped using the app. I actually looked around for another app to replace it, and I couldn't find one that I liked, so I ended up dealing with it. But then I guess they got so many complaints because everybody started to not use it. So then I think they got rid of it because of that. They did it again, boys. Look, for science, look, like 1 or 2 ticks. Just so look, 1 or 2 ticks. The thing, it'll work all day. It's just that one time it doesn't work, you're fucked. That's exactly. I was actually using that strategy at first, and it was beautiful. It worked nonstop because you're just straight. You find these choppy type days, but then it's that random like 100-point move that it makes, based off of one, and your entry is going to be right here, and then it makes a 100-point move down. And what do? You're done. You can't do anything about it. Because if you get in right there, I mean, you don't really have a stop unless you look left and you have an obvious stop. But if you're doing it to like the upside or something like that, it's actually, I don't know, that could be a pretty decent idea. If you start getting close to like key areas, you could literally play that. I didn't even think about that. Because my biggest gripe with that kind of a strategy is that you have no stop loss. But if you could get a stop loss, like my problem would be if you're trying to do it here, right? Because if you do it here, there's nothing underneath unless you go find something. But if you're in this chop, I guess you, in theory, do have some pretty obvious stops. This looks like it's going to roll over and test red to green, though. So I'm definitely not going to do it now, but it's pretty interesting. If I could find a line like right here. No, it's not above it. Pretty obvious line here. It's like you could try it here, right? We could have tried it there, and then you have the obvious stop there. I don't know. Could be something to look into. By the way, why don't you use micros? You have better control of risk. Yes, but I don't know. Just guess I don't mind the size with these accounts. I'd rather try to push the size a little bit versus the other way. Nice, Ishan. I just saw your post in the Discord. I mean, everything's pointing that this is going to push down, right? I mean, look, it just keeps getting rejected. Let's see what actually happens, though. I have a feeling that if we now break here, we're going to go. And I'll have an obvious stop. Right? If it faked out, tried to go higher, and then doesn't, I think we're going to go test red to green. That's the thought process in my head. And it should, in theory, happen pretty quickly. Or we do exactly that. I'm going to keep it here, though, because I feel like if this rejects right here, I still think we're going to make that same move. telling you, man. Look at it. Oh yeah, it's no good anymore. But couple ticks, couple ticks each time. You could just do that all day. You already know though. If I try to do it now, it's gonna be the time that it dumps. We already know this. I still feel this is a legit trade here if it comes down. All right, it's holding up a little too much. I looked at Discord. I saw the trade. This feels like it wants to let go. I feel like we're gonna get faked out here. I don't like how big that candle is. All right, here we go. Are we gonna get faked out? Just gonna put the stop loss in right away. And it feels like it wants to go lower. There we go. We're gonna get the push to red to green, or are we gonna get faked out? Votes in chat. Here we go, here we go. Fake out or extend, fake out or extend. Alright, we're in. And it's looking like a fake out. Oh, feels kind of weak. Oh, nope. Fake out. All day, man. All day. All day. These fake outs, man. They're brutal. Look at that wick. Oh, right back down. Double fake out. The double fake out? Go test it. Come on. Red to green. Let's go. Red to green. Go. Oh. Red to green. 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 Yay. I don't know how we didn't get faked out there. I mean, it would have worked. That trade would have worked either way. But you had to actually sit through pain the way that we did it. It would have worked instantly if you assume the fake out. It's still a fake out. Look at this crap. I mean, at least it came down and got us. I was about to get out break even. And look at this. Just find a dip, hit the buy button. That's all you got to do. Find a dip, hit the buy button, apparently. That's not financial advice. Yep, look, there's the stop. So thankfully it came down and got us. Would have got stopped there. Your wick short idea works same on the wick lows? What do you mean? Well, right. So in the past, that's what I was saying. I was looking for those, excuse me, man. I was looking for those fake outs all day, right? And they would work and work and work, and I was killing it. I was making like $1,000 a day just trading one contract. But I was also not putting in a take profit. I was just essentially letting the fake out happen, and then right when I thought it was done going the other way, I would hit the button. So sometimes I would get small trades, sometimes I would get big trades, but I never had a stop. Like my thought process was, well, if I'm wrong, I'll just scale in and get out of the trade that way. And obviously we know how that works out, right? It doesn't. But what I'm thinking is if there's such obvious areas that you can risk off of, you could probably get away with it, right? Especially if they're pretty close. Like, look, here it would have worked twice, right? So you get 2 trades. Here it would have worked once, twice, 3 times. 3 times it would have worked here. So now you have 5 times that it worked. And as long as you can make that loss smaller than all the times that it works, you're good to go. And look down here, when we got faked out, it worked. And then it did it again. You would have had to sit there. But the problem is here, you don't have anything to risk off of. So you always have to, I feel like you have to be in chop for this to work. And then you just look for the obvious levels. Then you just sit there and play the fake outs. Like right now, we're in a range, right? So if we can prove that we're going to stay in this range, you can sit here and just play those fake outs. So my take profit right now is 15 ticks. My stop loss I've just been using previous candle. So like on this trade here, if I zoom in so you can see it a little bit better, I had my stop loss above this candle because it was the previous candle. So either it worked or we stop out above the previous candle. Sometimes it'll be 15 ticks, sometimes it'll be 20, sometimes it'll be 40. Like our first trade this morning, that was a big candle, right? We were only looking for 15 ticks here, and we ended up taking a stop loss of way more than that. It was like 40 ticks or so. I mean, I was right. My thought process was right that we were going to get that green to red test, but we didn't even get to the green to red. So looking forward to Chipotle. Wonder if I still have that free guac. I hope so. All right, let's see. Just gonna get the order ready now. Oh, yep, still there. It says expires soon, but it doesn't say when. Oh, let's see. It says expires on, and then it's just blank. It's funny. All right, burrito bowl. All right. Big drop maybe later on the day. I don't know. Have you seen what the market's done the last month? Literally from, what day is this? October 26th, the day after my dad's birthday. Literally from October 26th until today. Have you seen what the market's done? It does not care what we think it's going to do. Build your Chipotle. I want to see what you guys eat at Chipotle. Let me know in the chat. I'm very curious. I'm going to say mine out loud. I get chicken. I do white rice. I used to do beans. I don't do beans now just to save on the calories. I found that I don't feel that they add that much flavor, like for the calories. So I don't get them. Guac I don't usually get because of the price, but it's free today. And the calories. Guac calories are crazy. I don't do pico de gallo. I do the chili, roasted chili corn salsa. Absolutely love it. I usually get extra, but again, that's the high calorie one, but it's so good. I do the medium Salsa verde. Sour cream I love. Don't get though in these. Always get fajita veggies and ask for extra. Cheese, I can't get away from cheese. I love cheese. And then lettuce. And I don't typically get chips. I usually always get chips, but it's usually for the kids. Just curious, watching, see if it fakes out. Volume is dried up immensely at this point too. Oh, would have worked. Another fake out. Telling you guys, there's something there. I might have to start paying attention to that. If I can find solid risk off points, I definitely think there's a strat there. I do think you would need to look for the key areas though, because they usually only fake out the key areas. Like trying to do it here versus here, I feel is a lot different. We have other pending news today. I just woke up and I want to avoid all that. I don't believe so. I think just the big CPI numbers were what we had to keep an eye on. Let me check just in case. I am seeing, so we have the 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock and then the federal budget balance at 2 o'clock. On the yellow, orange, red scale on how much it should affect the market, the CPI numbers this morning were red, obviously. The one at 1 o'clock, the 30-year bond auction is orange, so in the middle. And then the 2 o'clock federal budget balance says yellow, so I'm assuming that won't do anything crazy. Chips, chips, chips. Maybe I'll just get tortilla on the side. My oldest loves their tortillas. They used to be 10 cents. Then they were 25 cents, and now they're 50 cents. And it's like everyone was buying. Like, me and my brother, we would literally just get. You could only get 5 extra. 5 extra tortillas for 50 cents. Are you kidding me? But now it would be $2.50. But I still get 3, just because. All right. Let's add our free guac. Let's add our... Oh, I can't use free guac and my free entree all in one? That was the whole point of this. I thought you could do that. Why wouldn't you be able to? Entree. Oh, maybe because I didn't redeem it yet. Oh, baby. Oh, seriously, it doesn't let me, I guess. Really? It's my reward. Let me use it how I want, man. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I don't. It doesn't let you. You can't use the free guac and the reward. It's a reward. It's not like a promotion. Like I redeemed. For one-time use only. Valid only. Subject not valid on the purchase of a quesadilla. I don't care about that. Additional costs for guac. Yeah, of course. Limit 1. Expires 60 days after being used. That's fine. Restrictions may apply to use with other coupons, promotions, or special offers. Well, that's annoying. Whatever, I'm still getting it. I'll just use the free entree some other time. Burrito, chicken, brown, rice, pinto bean, guac, corn, tomato, sour cream, lettuce. Yeah, I'm not calling you basic, but I feel like that's a pretty normal thing to get. I'm not a huge fan of their queso. You ever had the queso from Qdoba? Now their queso is good, but the rest of Qdoba sucks. The queso from Chipotle, I don't know. It's just never been that great. All right. While we're sitting here waiting for a possible setup. Let's see. I want to watch this video later. There's a guy that posted 2 days ago. Game of Trades is his YouTube channel. He's got almost 300K subscribers, but he has it's a video. It looks like it's talking about why the market's going to crash. And the first screen at 5 seconds in is the total public debt. And it's really bad.
In dollars.
Actually, oh no, I can't listen to it because you guys can hear the current. I don't want to get copyrighted. Is this going to be another fake out? For science? No, I don't like it because it's a higher low or lower high. This could actually come back down all the way. Because I was going to say we could risk off the bottom of these candles, but that's so far away. Just eating up this 13 EMA today. Taco Bell queso. I'm not a fan of their queso either. I love Taco Bell. I am not. That's one thing I'm not a fan of is their queso. Nothing against the queso. It's definitely not my favorite. I'd say out of all like the taco joints, Qdoba has the best queso. I just don't like anything else from there. And they're stupid expensive. Trying to get you to pay like $17 for 3 tacos. Get out of here. Oh, Taco Bell's better all day, but Chipotle, man. Until I actually kind of have a vendetta out against Taco Bell because they took away my double-decker taco. I really wish they would bring it back. It's like the best taco ever. Uh-oh. Big pop up. I'm telling you, man. Just look for dips and hit the buy button. Not financial advice. Another fake out, though. Look at that. Insta fake out. Usually market will make a move between 10.50 and 11.10. All right. Well, we're almost there. I'm hoping. I'm going to go take a bathroom break and get ready for it. You break a structure, then going for the bounce. 12 tacos for 20 bucks. Did you remember when it used to be 12 tacos for 12 bucks? I do. Literally, we would go to soccer tournaments. Me and my dad, we would get the 12 for 12. And we would just crush it. Absolutely crush it. And that was actually well after the fact when tacos, you used to be able to get the hard tacos for like 59 cents and the soft tacos for 69 cents. Dude, me and my dad used to crush some tacos from Taco Bell. Don't even get me started on Mexi Melts. They still have the Mexi Melt. My favorite things from there, if they had the double-decker or without the double-decker taco. Double-decker taco will forever be my favorite thing from Taco Bell. They just don't have it anymore. But if I were to go there right now, the spicy potato soft taco, for being one of the cheaper things on the menu, so good. So good. I love it. And then I get the cheesy gordita crunch a lot because to me it kind of replaces the double-decker. It's just cheese instead of beans. And then just the straight up chicken quesadilla is pretty good. It's pretty banging for like if I need to grab something quick or like while I'm driving. I haven't been to Taco Bell in so long. I'm telling you, man, I was so mad. I mean, this was years ago. I mean, I've been since they took the double decker away, but I just so sad when they took that thing away. They used to have this $2 meal deal. You guys remember that? That was probably 10 years ago at this point. You would get that one. There was 4 of them. Well, the one I would always get was a double decker, a regular crunchy taco, a bag of Doritos, one of the small like 25-cent bag of Doritos. Well, it's probably $1 bag of Doritos now. Those little small guys, the little snack size, and a drink, which I would always get Baja Blast. Like, how do you beat that for $2? A double decker taco, a regular crunchy taco, a bag of chips, and a drink for $2. That was insane. That was that was when I was working for the county. It was when I gained all my weight. I was literally going there every day. That was also when Popeyes had that $2 Tuesday, or it was like $1.99, you would get a leg. Was some kind of latency thing pop up? You would get a leg and a thigh for $2. It's absolutely amazing. Don't even get me started on Royal Farms. Royal Farms used to do that same shit. They had this 3-piece chicken meal tender thing, and it was like it was like $4.50 or something like that. It was like $4.29, and then it was like $4.50 after taxes. I would eat that shit for breakfast and lunch. It was 3 chicken tenders, 5 of their the fries. I call them all fries, but they're like those Western style fries, and a roll. And you get the roll. And I would sit there and just douse it with Old Bay, and they would give you as much sauce as you want. So I would get I would go back and forth between their barbecue sauces. God, you guys are bringing the fat kid out in me. I do go to McDonald's, dude. You guys anyone can knock McDonald's all they want now, but their food's actually not that bad. Well, their chicken nuggets aren't that bad, and their French fries they're so good. I mean, if you don't like McDonald's French fries, then you just don't like French fries. Go and eat something, you're torturing us. So the thing, Alan, there's a thing in the app. I could probably show it to you, but it's you buy a 20-piece nugget and you get 2 fries for free, and it's like $7 because it's $6.99 for the 20-piece nugget, and you get 2. It used to be 2 large fries, but now they downed it to 2 medium fries. But we'll get that like whenever or whenever I don't feel like cooking, and the wife doesn't feel like making something for the kids. Just run to McDonald's for $7. Can't beat it. They both get 10 nuggets and a medium fry for essentially $3.50 each. And you can't beat it. Yeah, McDonald's fries, man. I'm telling you, you don't like those. I don't know. Something wrong with you. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. If you don't use the apps for a lot of these places, you're silly. You get so much free, not free, but it's so discounted for stuff you're gonna get anyway. And when you actually look at the price of like the regular, like if you pay the regular price, a lot of these people it's insane like how expensive it is for McDonald's. Dude, people pulling up into McDonald's and they're ordering for 2 people paying $25. You're like, huh? $25 at McDonald's for 2 people? Get out of here. I mean, if you use it correctly, it could be better than the old dollar menu. I mean, you can't beat a straight up dollar menu. That's like when Taco Bell had the value menu or whatever, and they slowly got rid of that. Like everything used to be a little under $1 or $1, and now I think the cheapest thing they have is like $1.50, which it adds up because at Taco Bell you're not getting just one thing ever. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I could use a drink refill. I'll probably try to wait on that. I do have my water here as well. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll be right back. Sorry, you had to look at my butt there for a second. Dollar has definitely lost its value. There is no doubt about that. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. For science. Damn. Had the right idea, we just missed it. I actually don't like it now. Now it feels like it could actually extend. And OnlyFans? I mean, I can. You want me to? I do the OnlyFans live streams. No, we can't see. Yeah, you don't want me to do an OnlyFans. Terrorize the children. I wonder if that would have got filled. I don't know if I would have wanted it to get filled. Look at that. Look at how this volume is crap. Volume is poo-poo. This actually feels like it could try to go higher. It's retested it so many times. I will tell you, if we poke through and like bounce off of here, it'll feel like a reverse sweep. And I might actually look to get short. Looking for like an actual big move. That's a big term play right there. I mean, look, this is such an obvious area. And then if we scroll out, we got these areas here. So if we poke through, bounce off of there, come back into this area, that's a big short-term idea there. Big short, but long-term like type trade idea. Obviously, could be very wrong. Usually am. $490 to $460. Yeah. Honestly, I could get rid of this line. I would definitely say that, yeah, the one that we're dealing with here is essentially the red to green. Definitely higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Feels like it's going to try to break out. There it is. There we go. I feel like that was such an obvious breakout, huh? Probably could have actually traded that. Well, bouncing. It's trying to bounce right off this. Oh, if it pushes through here, watch out. What a crazy, crazy market that we're in right now. Really curious where it would put our big profit, but I don't want to get. So we'd be like right at. Oh, we got through. Could be off to the races here. This could be that crazy move. You did call it. What'd you say? 1050 to 11 something? 11:10. Called it. Tamimi is the Oracle. I feel like December is a bad time to trade. I think the Grinch is making it worse. You kidding? We're in the midst of a Santa rally, apparently. So it looks like it didn't respect this first line, but it did try to respect the second one. So we'll leave that one there. I mean, we're just using earlier tops from over here. But that bigger play I was saying is if we would have rejected back into this area, but we obviously haven't done that yet. This is a pretty clear breakout looking up at the 5-minute. Just, again, based off of this. I mean, when you see something like this where there's so many touches, it's going to be a pretty obvious looking area. You see now, if we wanted to employ this strategy, where would we put it? There? I mean, I guess that's not too far away. I just don't like the idea because now we broke out of what we would consider a chop, right? We're looking to trade that type of strategy inside of a chop. We don't want to be part of any kind of actual move. Because the odds of it working, I feel, are a lot less likely. If anything, a trade here would be looking for a reversion back towards those areas. But this is just going to continue to put in green candles, it looks like. What if Biden for the last 3 years has been so quiet because he's just been secretly working on a 2024 election algo? That's what it's called. And October 26th, he's like, activate order 2024 election algo. Yo, I just noticed that my stuff on my stream is like all off, like where my oh, I bet I know why. I set it to 1920 by accident instead of 1980 or 1080, and I can't change it while I'm live. No, why didn't you guys tell me how dumb that looks? It's okay, I forgive you. I just realized, I just looked up at it and I was like, wait a minute, that side is so much bigger. It's because I extended it by accident. I put out those shorts yesterday. I made a couple shorts to put out. And I forgot to change. When I changed the resolution back, I must have messed it up. Yeah, see, this is when you can get in real trouble. Because this is when it'll just go up 100 points with no pullback. Honestly, I made a couple shorts back in the day, and then I stopped making. I haven't made any since I switched from stocks. So these are the first two that I put out. We'll see if they even get any views. As of right now, One has 49 views, and I don't know, I have to click on content here. The other one has 56. So go watch them a couple times. I even tried to do that little thing at the end where I like recycle the short. You know what I'm saying? Like where they're like, so you say something and then it leads back into the beginning. What the heck happened there? What the hell was that? Somebody hit the sell button. Holy shnikes. You're my fourth like? Thanks, man. What was, did you guys see that? Somebody just dumped the position. So stocks are easier than futures because you can trade stocks along with other retail traders. When you're trading futures, you're literally trading against the big money. Retail makes no difference when you're trading futures. In stocks, you can find stocks that aren't like heavily being I don't want to use the word manipulated, heavily traded by hedge funds, etc. So like if you look for smaller mid-cap type stocks with not a lot of volume on the day, the odds are you're not battling any algos. So if you look for moves that are happening, it's pure retail, and a lot of times you can outthink retail. What do you mean no sound? We need Trump back. The no sound I think is on your end. I'm looking at, there should be sound. Look, the fake out. I actually almost did it there. Bruno, what's up? Yeah, man. I have no other word for the market that we've been in since October 26th other than manipulated. I mean, what other word could you use? Yeah, but see, so small caps and penny stocks, you'd be surprised like how often it's not manipulation. It's just people get trapped. And the 90% don't understand how all that works. See, I was always trying to find myself on the opposite end of the 90% just at the right time, right? But unfortunately, the 90% kind of disappeared. And now I know where they all went. They all went to these prop firms. Yeah, FP, I was like, I think it's, I even said, I was like, I think it's on your end, but I'm assuming you couldn't hear that. To sum up what I said, though, it was basically just that stocks are, you're dealing with retail traders a lot more than you are where the big guys. Where with futures, you're essentially dealing with the big guys. Like, find a way to look at Bookmap. On, actually, I bet I could probably show you. Let me see. I couldn't get this to load. There we go. I don't think it's going to be that way on gold, and that's what it's given me here. You can kind of see it. Let's see. So this is Bookmap. If you scroll in, it's not, the volume kind of sucks and the price movement's not as great. I wish this was NQ, but it only gives me gold. But look at how you can see the algo is still working. Like, look, these colors moving back and forth and whatnot, they're just algos. Like, that's what you're dealing with when you trade futures nonstop. You're just playing with algos. Now, see how you do have like a big red and orange line up here? That means that's a big seller just sitting up there. But what happens a lot of times is those big areas of buying and selling, like this one here, it'll move with the price. Because it's just an algo trying to push into those other levels. Like they like, if there's a big order down here and it's moving up with the price, it's probably because they're long and they're just trying to show, well, if you come down here, there's a big bid waiting. So it's essentially manipulation. Now, I wonder, it's not going to let me change. I don't know how to go back either. I was going to try to do the free Tesla one, I think is what it shows you. But on something like Tesla, you probably still will get some algos, but not as bad. And that's all I was trying to prove. All right, for science. For science. Oh, I don't like how it's just hanging there. Feels like it could actually shoot down. I don't like it anymore. I had look left, had the obvious area here. It's coming down for the retest. Would have had obvious stop out point there, but it bounced a little, like a tick higher, not lower that time. Finally got what? Bookmap? Oh, I didn't get Bookmap. That's just the free thing that Thinkorswim offers. Well, so that's the thing with stocks. Oh. Well, that's not good. It's just hanging there. It feels like it's going to go lower. Yep. See, for science would have got us, but then it pops right back up. Look at this crap. Yeah, stocks can do that. But again, it's a lot easier to not deal with this kind of crap. Like, you don't see this stuff a lot in stocks. In stocks, like, you get the thing my biggest argument with futures versus stocks is the long crazy moves with no pullback. Like, I mean, they happen all the time. Yesterday was kind of a moot point, but like, you just, like, even like, let's just look at today on this move back up. Like, if you look at this on the 5-minute, it's straight up essentially. Like one little red candle. In stocks, that rarely happens. In stocks, it's like you'll get the small caps that go straight up, but they're small caps. Like, that's the risk you take with those. But if you start getting into like the medium, like mid cap type trades, you get away from that stuff, and you'll get more like extension away from a previous resistance. It'll come back down, retest it, and then decide what it wants to do. Like, you see that all the time. Where with futures, this thing could just break through and then just go for like another 100, 200 points with just no quit. And it's so hard to trade that. Like, it's impossible almost. Like, there's no edge, because once you try to form an edge based off of something like that, like, say you're looking for the long move here to get a hold of that, it'll fake you out. And then if you're looking for the fake out, it'll go 200 points against you. Like, it's just, no matter what you do, futures will change daily. Like, there's no edge there. Where in stocks, a lot of what you form an edge around, it happens repeated. Like, it repeats itself a lot. A long then a short? What are you talking about? Where? Based off of how I've been trading? Let's see. I mean, the only long could have been here, I guess. That was a valid attempt with a pretty tight stop, actually. I did miss that one. I don't see any shorts in here. Same happened with small caps on the other side. They go down and they don't bounce at all. Well, yeah, but that's again, but that's because of retail. That's because you get all the bags. People are trapped, like, they get trapped. That's what I'm saying. And futures, it's a little different, especially because it's leveraged, right? Futures are leveraged, so people don't even have time to hold on unless you're trading micros. Big caps, they do. So that's the other thing. I started trying to mess with big caps, and they don't move at all like small caps. big caps move like futures, very much like futures. So if you trade big caps and you're good at it, you probably could switch to futures, or vice versa. You could go from futures to big caps. But if you're used to trading small caps, mid caps, it's a completely different ball game. Completely different. Or how David's doing today, real quick. Macy's having a solid day. Did you not only trade small caps? Can't remember. Yeah, so I traded a little bit of everything. Like, I wasn't very biased on what I traded. I was looking for moves, like just big extended moves. Is essentially what I was looking for. And if it was a big cap that day, then I would attempt to trade it. I would try to be more careful with big caps. The medium, the small caps, I would be a little bit more lenient on throwing some more size at. But when it boiled down to it, I preferred to trade like mid caps, because small caps, they could get scary real quick, especially shorting them like I was. Mid caps were kind of in the middle, and then large caps, again, they were just hard to trade because they could just go one direction for a long period of time. I left it because my edge kind of dried up. The retail traders weren't really pumping the mid cap stocks anymore. And I just went sideways. I mean, I can show you. Here's my I can show you my my P&L chart. I essentially, for this year, I essentially was just going sideways. And I was just like, I want to try something else. So this big drop here, if you look, it was January 6th of 2023. And I made a series of bad trades, and then I literally just chopped sideways the whole year. It's like I go on a little bit of run, take a decent loss, go on a little run, take a decent loss, and it just kept happening all day. I was just chopping sideways. Where if we scroll out, you can see from the beginning of 2021 all the way to the beginning of 2023, I was doing pretty good. And then it just kind of, I wasn't trading any differently here than I was all of this. It was just the edge kind of started disappearing. So it was like in here, I'd get like 2-3 good trades like a day. And then in here, it was like I was lucky to find one. So I was like really fighting to find trades. And it was just getting frustrating. So I was like, well, let me see if I can find something else. And then I tried to trade futures like I was trading stocks, and that was what I was doing at first, and it didn't work. Like I was like, oh, I'll just wait for the big extended moves, which is why I put these ATR bands in here, because that's what I used a lot with trading stocks. And I was essentially shorting every time it would hit the top band, and then longing every time it would hit the low band, and it worked really well for a while. But all it would take, again, as I found out, is that one trade where it hits those bands, you get in, and it just keeps going. And I mean, I'd have to scroll back and find one, but it happens. And it happens quite frequently, because I was like, oh, maybe that was a fluke. And then I would keep trying to trade it, and it just kept happening over and over again. It's crazy because a lot of other stuff's actually moving down today. A lot of stuff getting crushed today. It's funny. It's like the only thing that's really up is the market. I mean, Nvidia, AMD. Let me look at the heat map. Oh, I guess everything else is just turning green now. So Microsoft just turned green, Apple just turned green, Amazon just turned green. It's actually pretty green overall now. The whole energy sector is just getting smacked. My success in futures is trading micros. Having traded SPX and SPY, I can buy a key level and just let it work. Yeah, and it's true. Like, again, yeah, because you're taking the leverage out of it a little bit there, which is smart. Nice. Good stuff, gambler. Science. What? It didn't fill us. Oh. Crap, guys. I didn't look left. Shit. Watch. This will be the one. I should probably just get out of this if it gives me an opportunity to get out. I had the right idea again. I just didn't look left. I don't have a key area because there is no key area here. This is going to be the one. It's how it always happens. Gonna give me an opportunity. I guess we can just use the high of that candle now. Doesn't feel like it wants to go back lower though. Usually it happens right away. I think we actually lost $1 on that. $5, yeah. Alright. I shouldn't have been in that trade. For some reason I thought we were still down underneath that line, but that was the line. I should have never been in that trade. The whole reason of doing the fake out like that is looking for you have a key level to risk off of. That could have got bad real quick. The only level we would have had to risk off of was way up at the highs. Ugh. Anything, I'd rather. I'm almost long biased at this point. Pretty clear trend line forming as well. For science. For science. For science. For science. For science. Come on, for science. For science. Yeah, for science, baby. Oh my god. That time we had a risk off. For science again? For science again? I don't like it now. Doesn't feel like a fake out now. it was it was when I started to realize we could find an edge within an edge. We're actually in, look at this upward just trend that we're in here. Let's rather use this guy. A little bit of a channel. Right as we break through it. Oops. No, it was the idea of an edge that I previously was trying to trade, the fake outs, like the constant fake outs of just a couple ticks. But the problem I used to have, as I was saying before, is I didn't have a stop loss while I was trading that. But if I could find a way to trade that and have a stop loss, could probably make it work. Problem is we're in lunch hour now, so it's kind of not the best time to probably be trading it. Not for any kind of size anyway. For science. This one I shouldn't have been in. That one I don't mind. But thankfully it gave us the pop back up before that giant dump. Our stop was right here, right? That was the obvious risk off for me. Which it went right through it. I can keep adjusting this trend line until the bottom of this one. But to me, this is the more obvious one. Oh, it's breaking that one too. Down we go. Make it more of an actual channel. And stay above here though, right? This is the key horizontal line. Resistance, 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 support, support. Like this is how stocks typically act, which is what I was talking about earlier. But a lot of times this will, like futures won't do this. Futures will just go up and go sideways and then just keep going up. I think we're just in a weird area right now with futures. Make a sound effect. For science. This is a pretty good one. We're green almost across the board except for oil. Oil is getting spanked. The red, the green. Let's see how far up we got to go to find it. Hey, look there. Oh, no, that's not even it. Look at that. It's way up there. Getting spanked. They have their numbers come out tomorrow. Bum, 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 bum. I'm getting hungry. Ooh. Feels like we're chopping again. I feel like that was such a good for science play. Oh, choppy chop, 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 chop. Convenient also for Biden to have low oil price since he drained the reserve. And yeah, conspiracy theorist is what you are. It's so hard. Like you can't buy, like what stock right now, like if you look at all their dailies, could you buy right now? Like as somebody who's been in the market for a while and like knowing how charts usually work, like go look at all the big companies and look at their dailies. You're not buying any of those right now. You got to be stupid to buy them up here. Like every smart person should be waiting for the market to pull back, and it just won't. And it just makes no sense. But again, as I've been saying, the famous saying, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. It's the sad world that we live in. Bounced right off that trend line, huh? Guess that was the right trend line the whole time. I've always been short biased with stocks. With the market, it's hard not to be long biased, like overall. I mean, how can you not be? It's very hard not to be long biased in the overall market. I mean, the market is designed to go higher. I just like watching this price action. I just don't even know what to look at. Like, I mean, we're forming a base off that previous resistance. You know, we're going to just keep trying to move higher. I don't know. But if we break this base, probably going to get a decent move down. I try not to form a bias. I mean, when I was trading the stocks and I was looking for extended moves to the downside or extended moves to the upside, of course I was short bias because that's what I was looking to get short. But when you're just reacting to the overall market, I mean, you can't have a bias. I was short bias to start the day, and wouldn't you be? We had that news at 8:30, and we were just pretty much downtrending until we weren't, and now we're just uptrending. So. Oh, 100%. No, I agree with you. Like I said, the market is designed to go up, but it's not designed to go straight up. That's the problem. And we've literally been going straight up since the end of October. It's not healthy for the overall market. You go straight up and eventually you're going to run into selling, and then you're just going to come straight back down because then everyone's going to sell. Everyone's like, oh, we're just going straight up. But then the moment we start going down, everyone that was in going straight up, they're like, oh, we all got to sell because now we're going down. And it's just going to come all the way back down anyway. It's just not healthy. But if you have like little waves, right, where you go up, you pull back a little bit, and then you're like, okay, we want to move higher. So it came back a little bit. Let's start buying and push it back up again. That makes sense. For it to just go straight up, it doesn't make any sense. It hasn't made sense since the stock market was formed. I mean, that's why all these, if you go looking for it, you'll see we're literally making history with this move. We already made history with this move, and now we're just making more history, the fact that it keeps going higher. It's just, the term manipulation gets thrown around a lot, but it's hard not to look at the daily or even the weekly and not feel like this is being manipulated. Just a crazy move. And anyone who knows how the market typically works, you're not trying to throw money into this right now to the upside. Like, why would you? And that's why a lot of people are getting blown out, because they're betting on the market coming back down, but it just won't come back down. It just keeps going up. For science. I'm gonna go grab another drink. I'm probably gonna go till 12, so about 20 minutes. And I'm gonna go get my lunch. Anyone else here have kids that are like young, or had kids that were young, that you did the old elf on the shelf thing? I think if we break this area, we'll get some volume. But yeah, like right now, there's really not. We all kids. Ain't that the truth? I was just thinking, my almost 8-year-old, we did a scavenger hunt that the elves did, and he was just he asked them to do it, and so we obliged, even though probably wasn't the smart idea, because then we were like, oh, he's gonna start asking them to do other stuff. But neither here nor there, we did it. And when he finished the scavenger hunt that we created for him, we'd like printed out these cute little cards for it and everything. Anyways, he literally like went up to where they were for the day, and he was like giving this huge thank you, like, thank you for listening, you know, thank you for being kind to me. And it just crushes me on the inside, like knowing that they're just so innocent, man. And it's like knowing that that one day, like, it's gonna come, like it makes you start wondering, like, is it gonna crush him, or is he just gonna be like, no big deal, you know? I don't know. I really hope it's the latter, but we'll see. Having kids, man, it's an emotional road, no doubt about that. What exactly are you drinking? Dude, I'm an emotional person, especially when it comes to my kids. I will shed some tears for my kids. No doubt about that. I do it all the time. Sometimes I'll just be laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and I'll just like have some like random thoughts come across, like envisioning their future and stuff like that, and dude, I'll just start crying. I don't have no shame. Get back here, staying, getting soft. I'm a softie, man. I always have been. Am I Cancer? I mean, I would hope not. What the fuck kind of question is that? Or you mean like the astrology sign? Troll slabs. God damn it. I'm trying to open up to you guys a little bit. My horoscope? Yeah, no, I'm a Libra. I was a New Year's baby, is what I always say. My mom and dad got drunk and did it on New Year's. I was the outcome. Brago, you couldn't be further from the truth, man. And that's like the one biggest thing that I talk to my wife about, is like, just I want them to know that it's okay to have feelings, because growing up feeling like, oh, you're a boy, like you can't have those feelings, it's like one of the most depressing things, like to think about. It really is. Trying to break to the downside here. Almost a Head and Shoulders. Your inverse Head and Shoulders worked. And then, well, kind of failed, but then sort of worked. Kidding aside, I agree. That's why I don't like watching romantic movies or watching anything sad. It breaks my heart. Yeah, dude. So I'm not gonna get into the whole I was almost an EMT thing, but yeah, the movies that come out where, you know, it's just sad shit with kids, dude, it hits a different way when you have kids. Like, I remember watching those types of movies like growing up and stuff like that, or even like early 20s. Like, I was a big movie snob. I would watch all kinds of movies, and they would never hit me like they do now. Like, now they hit you in a much different way. For science. For science? For science? For science? For science? For science? Oh, God, it was bounced off. Oh, we would have got it too. It's okay. Got a little bit of it. Telling you, man. Oh, yeah, we definitely would have got it. It literally bounced off our order and started to go back up. I was like, no, 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 no. I'm not letting this go all the way back against me. It's okay. We got half of it, right? Yeah, 25 of the 50 that we were shooting for. For science, man. I'm telling you. Had a pretty obvious risk off there as well. And if for some reason it shot up, we had a very obvious risk off way up here. Don't get me wrong. There's times when, as men, we need to step up and be that role. 100%. Say we can't step back in time. Yeah. No, I 100% couldn't agree more. I mean, Froggo, you literally nailed what I'm trying to do with my life. Like, there's obviously times where you need to be that figure, and you have to be. Like, you're, as a father, like, you can't teach your kids to be soft. Even if you're raising girls, you can't teach them to just be softies. Like, you can't. Especially in today's world. Like, we're in a world where they're going to be bullied, whether they're bullying as well. Like, it's going to happen regardless of who they are or what they do. Like, everyone is going to go through it. So taking that first step, essentially, I always say all accidents are preventable. And I mean, in most cases they are. So it's like putting that preventative maintenance in place, like with your kids, like talk to them, make them understand what could happen, and being prepared for it is the best solution. It really is. Like, knowing that it's probably gonna happen is the best course to stop it from not stop it from happening, but to deal with it. Like, if you know it's going to happen, you can already have your feelings set aside for when it does happen, so it doesn't just like catch you off guard. And, you know, like, being prepared. It's really what it comes down to. It's just being prepared. We are really trying to hold this trend line pretty well. Man, that would have been good if we got that fill right away. I wasn't letting it go back against us. I wasn't going to risk it. I wasn't risking it for the biscuit. Not for, I mean, if we would have hit flat in just a split second earlier, we would have got more than 50% of that trade, but we out here giving each other life lessons. I like it. The exact kind of community I would like to build. One of purpose. This track reminds me of, there's a guy on YouTube. He's really popular. He made that song. Is it called Faded? Yeah, Faded. Alan Walker. That's his name. He made a song. Go listen to Faded by Alan Walker. That is such a nostalgic song. I think just recently he did he has 44 million subscribers. Holy shit. He just recently did a video and it sounded just like that song that we just listened to. I don't know. I'd have to probably scroll back. Let's see. Oh, here it is. I made a song in 10 minutes, 1 hour, and 100 hours. It was called Dreamer. I don't want to play it, obviously, for copyright issues, but it sounded almost identical to that. If you're into that kind of music. Ole sending me stuff. Good news. Your free entree is here. Yeah, but you won't let me use it. That's so annoying. I never understood that. Like, if it like the McDonald's app, when you whatever app, right? If you redeem rewards with your points, that shouldn't be considered a promotion. Like you earn those points to use as you want to use them. So you shouldn't. I shouldn't be like if I want to use all of them at once, you should let me use all of them at once. That's BS that I have to. I can only use one at a time. Get out of here. I earned that shit. I'm getting a little defensive about my my Chipotle. I am going to, let me see. Did David get into any of these? Oh, he's in Sarah. I'm gonna go get my Chipotle, or I'm gonna order my Chipotle here in a couple minutes. Alpine is actually about to go live, I think I saw. Let me see. Descriptions. Oh, I thought he was. Oh, here it is. 11:58. I'm gonna put his link in the chat, so if you guys want to head over there, he's a cool dude. He's fun to watch. Let him know I sent you. I'm actually gonna order my Chipotle now. I don't see myself taking a trade anywhere right around here. The only trade I would probably take is if we make a dump right to this area, and then maybe try to start bouncing. You know what's kind of annoying now that I'm looking at it? I was so focused on making these types of trades that I didn't take the normal trade. We had the obvious short trade here. Or wait, was this a short or a long? I don't remember. I want to say it was a short. No, I think it was a long for the fake out. But then we had the obvious short here that we didn't take. I don't know if I would have liked it though, because we were right at previous resistance. I don't know. What I was just going to say, I haven't seen any obvious shit. Oh, here we go. Maybe we'll get one. Oh. Broke trend. Coming right down to it. See what happens. Good thing I looked at the location. Have you ever done that? You've ordered through the app, but at the wrong location? I've done that. It sucks a lot. Because then they already made it, so you have to go get it. I don't like this trade, not gonna lie. Ugh. Oh, are you kidding me? This again? Guys, you see that, right? Oh. Hang on, let me move it down. It's not gonna get us. You gotta be kidding me. Be a shitty way to end. Bounced right off of it. That's crappy, man. Literally bounced off. I should have just took it off break even. Now we're gonna, oh fuck. I'll say now we're gonna get faked out, watch. Obvious stop under the lows there. And we're gonna take a loss here to end, of course. What a joke. All right, I'm gonna go get my Chipotle. That's annoying. It literally bounced right off our order, man, by like a tick or two. So frustrating. Good cut though. All right, I'm out of here. I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid.